Hey guys. Yeah, it's late. And I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through one of the groups that I'm part of, and it's for Christian mamas. And anyway, a woman comes on and posts about some struggles that her kids are having, and some mental health issues. And there is so many lies in the church, in some circles, not where I am, but there are definitely some lies being told to Christian people, to Christian parents, to Christian educators, that mental health problems stem from a lack of faith, and that is so incredibly wrong. As you know, we deal with mental health issues here in abundance. Before I became a stay-at-home mama and a homeschooler, I was a pediatric mental health nurse. I worked with young adults and older adolescents, and I did an internship with a psychiatrist as part of my training. It was a mandatory thing, in an outpatient setting. You had to work with a psychiatrist, and she was a believer. She was a Christian, and she her office was on the same floor as an outpatient cancer treatment center. And she said, if I walked across the hall into that community chemo room, and unhooked the chemo from a person's arm and said, just cheer up and your cancer will go away. Just pray a little harder and you wouldn't have cancer. Just spank your kid and his cancer will end. People would look at me like I was crazy and they would take my medical license. And yet we perpetuate this idea that mental health problems stem from lack of faith, not having a good attitude, or not properly disciplining our children. You cannot change the structure of an organ through discipline. If I had diabetes, no amount of correction, physical or verbal, will change the way my pancreas functions. Just in the same way, a child who has a diagnosed disorder that stems from a chemical imbalance or an issue with the wiring of their brain, chastisement, correction, discipline will not change that wiring any more than it will change how your pancreas functions when you have diabetes, or change the body's ability to heal itself when it has an ear infection or pneumonia. So let's get this straight, because I am sick and tired of people saying that discipline or lack of faith is what has caused these mental health problems. I am also I'm angry, but I'm also really sad because adults and children are going untreated. They are having mental health problems that are left untreated. They're getting worse, and we are seeing a rise in suicide within the Christian community because we are telling people you can't get help for these mental health problems, and then they spiral and it ends really bad. Young kids, young college kids that are going to Christian universities and colleges are overdosing on over-the-counter medication. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to get help from medical professionals when you're not okay, whether that's mental health or physical health, just like you get help from a counselor or a pastor when you have spiritual problems. We need to be open about mental health problems within the church, and we need to be okay with people embracing what the medical community knows is best practice for people with mental health problems. And that doesn't mean you have a lack of faith. It just means that you're using the skills that God gave to our medical professionals, and to the mental health providers that He has called into that field. And it's an extension of Himself. God is a great physician. He calls physicians into medicine. We have Christian colleges that have pre-med tracks. These are God-fearing people that are going into medicine and are saying, yeah, this is a diagnosed disorder. This is a problem with the structure or the function of your brain. We need to be okay with that. And we need to stop turning it into a spiritual issue when real lives are being impacted and bad things are happening because we're ignoring problems and saying that they'll go away with discipline or with spiritual practices. Yes, I believe that God heals. Yes, I believe that He can take these things away. But sometimes He uses the medical community to help us. He uses the people who He has called to these jobs to help these people get better, and that is okay. That is okay. I'm gonna go, but I just had to get out there and say my piece. Hope y'all have a great night. I know this is a little dark for what I normally talk about, but my heart is breaking for the families that are out there that are being persecuted because they are seeking medical treatment for their children for mental health problems that will not go away without treatment. All right, bye.